Remember that hilarious scene in Carnival Phantasm where Heracles uses our boy Kouhai as a boomerang to take down enemies? At the time, we probably thought it was just a gag for laughs scene. But guess what? It hits differently when, in FGO, we actually see how Jason, the captain of the Argonauts, gets treated by Heracles. Considering that Heracles is one of the Argonauts, it seems he's pretty used to chucking Jason at foes. So no wonder he's good at it. Yep, this time, I'm diving into scenes like that, where moments that might seem ordinary at first become hilarious, or even special when you look at them from a broader perspective. I think I've made a video like this before, let's call it part 1. If you want to check it out, just click the link at the top, and if you have any scenes like that in mind, drop them in the comments. Who knows, your suggestion might just make it into the next video. In Fate Apocrypha, after summoning Mordred, Shishigo Kairi, one of the masters, asks her to confirm that she's a Saber-class servant. Mordred sarcastically asks if she looks like an assassin. Kairi then jokingly comments that an armored assassin with a sword wouldn't be so bad. This moment probably just flew right over our heads, but now it hits differently when you think about it. Fast forward to FGO, and guess who shows up? A certain grandpa assassin, King Hassan, who wears full heavy armor and wields a sword. He even acts like a saber. Slide over to Minamoto Raiko, the badass warrior voiced by Haruka Tamatsu. Raiko is a famous Oni slayer who has Oni blood herself. Now things happened. 2 years later, Tamatsu voiced 02, a female character with the same concept of being a hunter of her own kind. 02 also looks like an Oni and is even called one. The Crypters meeting at the start of the first Lost Belt seemed pretty normal at the time. Kirshtaria was chilling alone in a room with holograms of the other Crypters. But then, the first Lost Belt dropped globally, right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic when social distancing was a big deal. So, the scene became hilariously ironic. I mean, the Crypters are out here trying to destroy proper human history, but at least they're following COVID-19 guidelines with social distancing. It gets even funnier when Lost Belt 5.2 came out around the same time, revealing that Kirshtaria was actually a good guy. So, it looks like he had the social distancing thing down for everyone's safety from the get-go. Oh wait, speaking of trends, we all know this summer we can summon Lady Avalon. There's something unique about this gorgeous Magus. Like her arcade self, she's voiced by Ayako Kawasumi, who mainly voices the various versions of Artoria, as well as a few others like Foe. This hits differently when you realize that the male version of Merlin shares his voice actor, Takahiro Sakurai, with Arthur. See, in our timeline, Artoria is voiced by Kawasumi, Merlin by Sakurai, and even Foe by Kawasumi. In the prototype timeline, Arthur is voiced by Sakurai, and Merlin by Kawasumi. So technically, you can assume that if Lady Avalon had a foe of her own, it would be voiced by Sakurai, or male Merlin. Isn't that just perfection? I don't know about you guys, but imagining Merlin voicing Foe is just hilarious to me. Talking about summer, there's one mystic code that's both special and hilarious. The Tropical Summer Mystic Code gives masters a tanned skin, implying they've been soaking up the sun a lot, and provides arts-related boosts. Sounds great, right? But this gets super funny when you remember there's one servant who both perfectly fits and hilariously doesn't fit this theme. Vlad III. Why is this ironic? Vlad III, Berserker, is one of the servants who benefits most from this mystic code because he's an arts-focused berserker and he's summoned as a vampire. Alright, let's take a trip down memory lane to the Onigashima event. Remember when Kintoki Sakata made his debut as a rider? Nothing too wild there, right? Well, it hits differently when you realize a rider on a motorcycle in Japan totally sparks hopes for some Kamen rider references. And guess what? Kintoki's belt is all complex and fancy, just like a Kamen rider belt. Plus, I think Kintoki's voice actor even voiced a Kamen rider who has some historical connection to Kintoki, or is time-themed. While we're on the topic of Kamen rider, remember our caster president Thomas Alva Edison? Sure, his lion head is pretty wild, but it gets even funnier when you realize there's a Kamen rider with a lion theme too. You know what the series is called? Kamen Rider Wizard. Yep, still a caster. A lion-themed guy is just bound to be a caster, I guess. While reminiscing about the good old days of playing FGO, every master who didn't get their favorite servant probably felt that sting of saltiness. I did. You did. We all did. It's almost like a running joke in the FGO community. Feeling salty because we didn't get the servant we wanted is just part of the FGO experience. But get this, did you know the director for Arcs 1 through 1.5 and the producer of FGO is Yosuke Shiokawa? Now don't get me wrong, I have no doubt he's an amazing guy, but it hit differently when you know the surname Shiokawa can be translated to river salt. Yep, you heard that right. Okay, please don't get mad and cancel me. It's just a joke, and I think it's pretty hilarious. Call me slow, but I remember that time when Emiya said he didn't want to be paired with gold archers and blue lancers. At first, we all knew he was talking about Gilgamesh and Ku Kulane. I mean, Gilgamesh rocks that gold armor, and Ku's always in his blue bodysuit. In the Fate series, they have a long history of being problems for Emiya. Plus, their hair colors match their outfits, so it's pretty obvious. But then, this hits differently when you realize something about the ladies in Emiya's life. Take a look at the two key women from his roots, Ishtar and Parvati. Ishtar, who has Rin's face, is an archer decked out in gold. Parvati, who has Sakura's face, is a lancer dressed in blue. It's like the universe is messing with Emiya or something. I think the writers might have had some fun with this one. Remember that old meme from when Despacito was trending? Yeah, "This is so sad, Alexa, play Despacito" meme. Well, it eventually made its way into the FGO community. Poor Tristan, with his sad vibes, became the target. "This is so sad, Tristan, play Despacito." It was funny at the time, but it hits differently when you realize there's an actual harp cover of Despacito out there. I'll give you the link if you guys want to watch it. Now for this last one, Samgarsha gave me an idea in a comment on my Part 1 video. You guys know the story of King Solomon and his 700 plus wives, right? Because of his passive, kind nature and his destiny as a king, he had many wives. It's a legendary king stuff. But when he becomes a regular human, the whole situation gets ironic. We all know Dr. Roman, with his cheerful personality, ended up having no partner at all. Poor guy stayed a virgin monster till the end. It gets even crazier when you realize his favorite VTuber idol is Maji Marie, who is heavily implied to actually be Merlin disguised as a girl. Imagine having a legendary king persona with a harem, then switching to a modern-day guy idolizing a fake female Merlin. That's just wild. If you want to check out more of my videos, just click the link at the end or visit my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy content like this. And please, drop some comments and video ideas because I'm planning to upload twice a week. It's still in the planning phase, but hopefully I can manage it.